This is part 2 of a $3,200 bank strap hunt I started in my last video. Part 1 covered the fancy serial numbers and older bills, which added up to about $141 to $160 in value. But that was only half the story, because this hunt also turned up 42 star notes, including a personal record of 13 from a single strap. In this video, we'll go through those star notes, compare them to recent eBay sold comps to see what they're worth, and total up the value from everything in this two-part search. This first bill was a pretty cool one to find in this hunt. It's a 2013 B District star note, and it's tied to one of the biggest printing errors in modern currency, where the Bureau of Engraving and Printing accidentally printed two sets of notes from the B District with the same serial number. I've covered the exact serial number ranges in a separate video, and I'll flash that on screen for anyone who wants to learn more on that. I looked at 52 recent sold comps, but you'll only see 3 comps here. You're going to see the low, and then the high, and then somewhere near the average. The full list of sales I used for this and for the other bills is linked below. So the lowest went for $15.50 and the highest hit $39.99 with an average of $23.54 per bill. Since only about 19 of those sales were above the average, I'd estimate my bill closer to the $19 to $22 range right now. These sell pretty consistently as a solo bill, but the big premiums show up when you've got a matching pair of serial numbers. That can take it from a bill worth $20 to a pair of bills worth thousands. Running total is $19 to $22. Next up, a star note from a district with a single run of only 250,000 notes. That means the total printed for this district was also only 250,000, which is on the rare side for star notes. If you're newer to star notes, both the run size and the total printed play a big part in determining the rarity, and I have a separate video that breaks down what those numbers mean and how they play into rarity and value. I'll flash it on screen as a reference for anyone who wants to learn more on that. I found 6 recent comps averaging $23.68 per bill with a low of $10 and a high of $54.21. Now, with only 2 sitting above the average and the prices spread pretty wide, I'd estimate this one around $18 to $19. And even though it's circulated, I still put finds like this straight into a currency sleeve to prevent more wear, so I'll link the ones I use below. What makes this note stand out, it's that only 250,000 were printed in total. Multiple runs increases the total printed for a district, and the overall rarity drops for all notes in those runs. For flippers, knowing that difference helps you spot bills that can demand stronger premiums when listed. The running total is $37 to $41. Next are 3 star notes from semi-rare run sizes. We have 2 from 500,000 and 1 from 640,000 print runs. The total amount printed in all the runs for each one of these districts within a series, though, goes into the millions. So the overall rarity drops on these quite a bit compared to the last star note we went over. Let's look at the comps for the 500,000 run size star notes first. So I found 8 recent comps that averaged $4.01 per bill with a low of $2 and a high of $6.31. Now, only 2 of those sales were above the average, so a fair estimate on this would be around $3 to $3.50 each. Now let's look at the comps for the 2021 star note with the 640,000 run size. Now the 2021 series averaged slightly higher than other recent series, so I stuck with comps only from 2021. And I looked at 15 recent sales with an average of $4.66 per bill, had a low of $4 and a high of $5.74. Now 6 of those were above the average, so I'd estimate this one conservatively at right around $4. Even though some districts print millions of star notes, if any notes are from run sizes of 640,000 or less, those notes can still bring steady buyer interest, which can make them reliable flips. The running total is $47 to $52. One of the biggest surprises from this hunt came from a single strap. It had 13 star notes in it, my personal best find from one strap. It had 2 of those semi-rare run sizes we just went over, and it also had 11 other common star notes, 2 of those being consecutive serial numbers. The rest of the finds included these 37 common star notes, so all these star notes here had run sizes in the millions, and these are what you're going to find most often while bank strap hunting. And while they're not rare in terms of star notes, they are more rare than a regular dollar bill. I looked at 131 sold bills, which averaged $2.11 per bill with a low of $1.98, which was what the average was on these 31 notes in a set, and then the high was $5. So 48 of those bills sold above the average, and I'd estimate each of my star notes around $2 each. That brings the total value for the star notes from this $3,200 bank strap hunt to around $121 to $126. When you combine that with the total from the fancy serial numbers and older bills in part 1, it comes out to around $262 to $286 in value, all pulled straight from circulation. It just shows how much potential resale value is still hiding in plain sight if you know what to look for. If you missed part 1, it's linked on screen. And if you want to keep learning how to spot bills with profit potential and what they've actually sold for on eBay, make sure you're subscribed so you don't miss what's next. Thanks for watching.